know what causes a relationship to thrive and survive, and what causes it to crash and burn? Do you want to uncover the most common problems couples face that ultimately lead them down the wrong path? Today we are revealing the 6 mistakes that ruin relationships and how to fix them. Warning, some of these may come as a surprise to you, and tip number 1 especially may be a little shocking. We're presenting you with the cold hard truth today, and once you know the facts, you can prevent these affecting your love life. If you're single, then this can help you see what you need to look out for when you next embark on a new relationship. And if you're dating or married, then you'll be able to better identify any unhealthy habits that need to be addressed to increase the chance your relationship will survive. Plus, coming up, we'll tell you how you can get a free gift, the top 7 man-melting phrases that make men fall for you. This gift is all yours, completely free of charge, so stay tuned to find out how you can get your hands on it. Okay, let's jump right in and discover the 6 mistakes that ruin relationships, starting with number 6, holding on to grudges. Holding on to grudges can be detrimental not only to the relationship, but to your own happiness and well-being. A lot of the time, an unnecessary grudge is held for too long, resulting in a lot of unwanted pain. Plus, it can create deep resentment towards your partner, which can then create an unhealthy and toxic relationship. Did you know that forgiveness and letting go can actually have health benefits? It can lower your blood pressure, improve your sleep, reduce your stress levels, and improve your mental health. But letting go is not an easy task for some. It's certainly easier said than done. Many people find it so hard to move on and forgive, and find themselves bottling up painful experiences from the past for many years. But this is only making matters much worse. Holding on to a grudge can make you feel anxious, depressed, and bitter. And on top of that, you can begin to lose the all-important connection with your partner. Forgiveness is vital, and when you can release all of the negative energy and move on, the dynamic in a relationship can improve dramatically. So, how can you move past grudges and forgive? 1. Identify the root issue that is causing you this pain. 2. Acknowledge the feelings caused by this and understand that these emotions are only hurting you. 3. Tell yourself that you are ready to stop letting this cause you pain and that you'll no longer let this grudge control you. And 4. Make the choice to forgive whoever hurt you. You may also consider speaking to a professional, using guided meditation, or writing down your thoughts and feelings to help release the pain. Next on the list is number 5, not making time for each other. Spending quality time together is so important for the health of the relationship. You don't want to fall into the trap of having such busy lives that you end up feeling like flatmates instead of a couple. It's all too easy to live a life that is focused on work, chores, and social commitments. And when there is free time together, it's common for couples to find themselves only in the same room, watching TV or scrolling through social media. Does that sound familiar to you? And while this isn't necessarily bad, but if you don't find room for quality time with your partner, then you risk damaging the health of your relationship. Studies show that couples are spending approximately 2.5 hours a day together, including weekends. And while you may think that's pretty good, 1/3 of this amount is by watching TV together, and almost the same amount of time is completing household chores together. So the actual quality time is fairly low. If you neglect your relationship, you run the risk of it deteriorating and both parties feeling unhappy and unloved. The good news is, by just spending more time as a couple can result in further bonding, and this results in a happier and more satisfying relationship. It's all about the little things adding up over time that builds love and connection. It doesn't mean you have to constantly plan elaborate date nights or be in each other's pockets all the time. Think about the little things like having a coffee date together, making an effort to chat about each other's day at dinner time, and showing support and giving advice. This will show your partner that they are a valued part of your life. What do you and your other half like to do together? Do you ensure that there is one-on-one time frequently in the relationship? Tell us in the comments below. Next on the list is number 4, taking your partner for granted. When you've been with someone for a long time, it can become easy to unintentionally stop expressing gratitude and end up taking your other half for granted. Once someone begins to feel like they're being taken for granted, it can have serious negative effects. They can begin to feel unappreciated and hurt, which can lead them to second guess whether they want to continue in the relationship or not. When someone is taking their partner for granted, they become unaware of all the things that their partner does for them. They don't express any appreciation, put their partners first in life, or have a great deal of attentiveness. The person on the receiving end will then begin to feel resentful, and the risk of the relationship taking a turn for the worst increases. A survey was completed on 468 married individuals. They were asked questions about their financial wellness, communication, and expression of gratitude in the marriage. The results found that feeling appreciated by your spouse directly influences how committed you are to the relationship and strengthens the belief that it will last. If a couple is constantly stressed out, they are more likely to be negative and withdraw from each other. However, if they can show more gratitude to each other, then this can overcome the negative communication that may have turned into a reoccurring pattern. The more that you can be grateful for the positive things your partner brings to the relationship, the easier it will be to overlook the small stuff. So when you show your other half that you appreciate them, you'll be avoiding a potential downslide. And it doesn't take a lot of effort at all, yet it all adds up and can have such dramatic effects. Saying thank you, giving positive feedback, and complimenting them are just some of the ways that you can show your partner you love and respect them. Small and meaningful acts will help to build strong foundations. It's important to remember why you love your partner and all the qualities that have made you fall in love with them in the first place. Before we continue, we want to give you a free gift, the top 7 man-melting phrases that make men fall for you. This amazing report is a must-have, and it's all yours completely free of charge. Simply click on the link below in the description to claim your free gift. Next up, number 3, being overly critical. It's not easy to be in a relationship with someone who criticises everything that you do. It makes them feel small, unloved, and slowly chips away at one's self-esteem. It's normal and healthy to need to express your thoughts and feelings to your partner. There is no reason why unacceptable behaviour should be ignored. However, how you choose to express these issues with your partner is extremely important. Consider the language that you are using. Are you angry and want to voice this in a way to hurt your partner? Or can you rethink your words so that the complaint gets across in a less harmful way? Relationship researcher Dr. John Gottman found that criticism is one of the leading reasons couples end in divorce and can be disastrous for unmarried couples too. This technique, created by Dr. John Gottman, will help you to avoid criticising your partner. When you are bothered by something and you want to get the point across in a healthy way, use the following phrase: I feel blank about blank and I need blank. For example, a critical person may say to their partner, "You're such a lazy slob, the house is a mess. Why am I always the one picking up after you?" So by using this technique, instead you could say, "I feel a little stressed about how messy the house is today, and I need you to please help me tidy up." Follow this with a polite thank you, and you've got yourself a winning statement that will produce better results. Next up on our list of the 6 mistakes that ruin relationships is number 2, infidelity. Infidelity in a relationship can really shatter the all-important bond and connection between two people. No matter which person strayed from the relationship, both people are affected, and coming back from this will be a very long and painful road. A study published in the Archives of Sexual Behaviour discovered that those who had been unfaithful in relationships before had 3 times the odds of being unfaithful in future relationships. And furthermore, statistics show that infidelity in a marriage is around 20%. So it really goes to show that being unfaithful has a strong effect on relationships and does have the ability to rip a couple apart. So what makes someone want to have an affair? There can be multiple reasons, but one of the main common issues is lack of satisfaction. In order for a relationship to thrive and grow, both people must feel a level of emotional and physical intimacy. However, affairs can also be due to their own self-esteem issues, to avoid problems in the relationship or their personal life, or even from having a sex addiction. Regardless of the reason, affairs destroy trust, create a lot of stress and pain, and can lead to anxiety and depression in many. There's no one-size-fits-all method to prevent infidelity. However, your best bet will always be to create healthy habits in your relationship. Always being open and honest, showing love and affection, and consistently putting time and effort into your relationship are just a few of the things that you can do to create the right foundation. If infidelity has already taken place, then be prepared for the healing process to be slow. The trust needs to be rebuilt, and that will take some time. An open and honest conversation will need to be had to figure out whether the relationship can be salvaged. Finding the underlying cause for why the cheating happened in the first place Discussing what needs to be changed to move forward is a good place to start. Professional counselling has proven to be very helpful for couples who have been in affairs and would like to mend their relationship, so this is always something to consider. Okay, we've made it to number 1 on the list of the 6 mistakes that ruin relationships and how to fix them. Any idea what it could be? Let's continue to find out. Number 1, being overly possessive. Controlling, jealous, and possessive behaviour is the number 1 killer for relationships. It has the power to slowly erode the relationship and can have severe and lasting effects as a couple and as an individual. For some people, it can be easy to become obsessive when you fall in love with someone, as you dread the thought of losing them from your life. The fear can increase over time, causing them to hold on too tightly, and the person on the receiving end feels like they're being suffocated in their relationship. Here are some examples of what a possessive partner may look like in a relationship. Controlling or not allowing you to see friends and family, feeling offended when you want to spend time alone, constantly sending text messages, always needing to know what you're doing and who you're with, and never making any plans of their own or wanting to do anything individually. So why do some individuals tend to carry this possessive trait and others do not? Well, it stems from our childhood and our early attachment patterns. Our experiences and relationships that we had at a young age form who we become in our adult lives. Let me explain further. Let's say a young child grew up with loving parents. The child formed a close bond with one or both parents and felt safe and cared for right from infancy. This child would have a secure attachment. But let's say a child was brought up with parents who were inconsistent. They would at times nurture them and then other times be insensitive. Perhaps one parent would be in and out of the child's life, leaving them feeling a lack of trust and feel the need to be clingy due to the unpredictability that they have observed. You can see how our history really affects who we become, and we end up repeating these patterns that we grew up with. What can one do if their partner is possessive? Communication is the most important thing. Kindly express how their actions are hurting you and be clear about your boundaries, and gently try to find the root cause behind this type of behaviour. Next thing you should do is support your partner to help them grow. Do they have goals and dreams? How can you help them to achieve them? Helping them to look at themselves a little more and to find their own inner happiness will be the key to breaking the cycle. Same thing goes if you're feeling that you may be possessive towards your partner. Take a step back, concentrate on your own life and what makes you happy. If you can take the right steps to remove this unwanted trait, then you'll greatly improve the chances that you'll have a lasting and happy relationship. That wraps up today's video on the 6 mistakes that ruin relationships and how to fix them. Don't forget, you can claim your free gift by clicking the link in the description below. We would love for you to click the like button and subscribe to our channel for the best dating and relationship tips and tricks. Thanks for watching and see you next time.